Today's threat at a local daycare center comes as a Target 8 investigation into emergency preparedness comes to a head. Target 8 investigator Marley Ginter joins us in studio tonight. Marley?
Well, Sue, we're exposing why Michigan lags behind other states when it comes to emergency preparedness requirements at child care centers. One organization goes as far as to say it's one of a handful of states putting your children at risk.
Oh, they're playing outside. Oh, roller skating's fun. You don't have to be sad about that.
1-year-old Brady wants to be held when he's at daycare, and his mom wants to know he's safe when she's away and that her daycare center is prepared for any emergency.
Especially with all the things that are going on in today's world, that you never know what's going to happen, and if they're prepared for it, that just makes us feel much more confident.
If you don't go through training, how do you know what to do at the end of the day?
And yet a national report card on protecting children during disaster ranks Michigan among the bottom 5 states. Save the Children says Michigan, quote, fails to meet any of the preparedness standards for regulated child care facilities or schools, putting children at risk. Target 8 contacted the Department of Human Services, which licenses child care facilities. The next day, Child Care Licensing Division Director Jim Cinnamon sent a memo to daycare facilities across the state, recommending they go over their emergency plans. I spoke with him over the phone. Is Michigan behind the ball?
Well, I think we're right where we need to be.
Cinnamon says the state is in the process of beefing up its emergency preparedness requirements for child care centers.
We look at things like doors.
Jason Russell started his own company in Grand Rapids, Secure Education Consultants. He walks through child care centers.
How to shut off their gas and electric if they had a tornado or a situation where they needed to shut the utilities down.
And then shows the workers exactly how to prepare in their specific building for any emergency, including one like this week's devastating tornado in Oklahoma.
Our utmost responsibility is to the families and the children that we serve.
Andrea Richards, the program director at Milestone Child Development Center in Caledonia, says they're expanding their emergency procedures and making sure all of the workers go through emergency training.
You know, unfortunately, the state of Michigan does have a slightly lower threshold for the mandatory requirements that licensed facilities are required to fulfill.
Michigan has been working on new requirements since 2010, and they're still not in place. In the meantime, are Michigan's children at risk in child care facilities?
We have emergency procedures in place.
But are they enough?
I think they are. I think that the new ones will strengthen and go beyond what the basic requirements of our current rules are. But I think our current rules are providing adequate safety for children.
And some of those new requirements will be having an evacuation plan in place, then a way to reunite children with their parents, and emergency plans that include children with special needs. Those proposals are expected to be in place by the end of the year. Brian.
Thank you, Marley.